Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of the Donut Earf Podcast. Today, joining me are the same exact people from the last episode, but we have a guest. We'll introduce him later on. For now, we're gonna save the best for last. First, let's go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves, and then we'll reveal our guest. Dava, would you care to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Joshua Davalos. I love doing this podcast and love my friends. Let's go into it.
Yeah. Gambit, introduce yourself, my brother.
What's going on? It's Gambit. Let's get in it.
All right, nice and hasty.
Nice and simple.
Nice and hasty. Gummy, what's good, G?
Yo.
Isaac.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you have a wonderful time.
All right, and Sebastian, of course, the person in the room with me right now. I don't know how I could forget
It's
about
easy
it.
to forget when I'm sitting right
That's
next
true.
to him.
I'm looking at the screen right now. Go for it.
I'm Sebastian, and I had a great time last time, and I'm really excited to be here for a second time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And a third.
And a third, and a fourth, and a
Yes, sir.
5,000.
All right. And then we have me, Melvin Colleague, whatever the fuck people refer to me as. But we're just here to have a good time. Let's get it. Let's introduce our guest. So today we have our good friend, me, Gomi, and Davalos' good friend. We met him 2 years ago. No, not 2 years ago. Like, how long would you say, Gomi? Like a year and a half? 2 years?
I'd say more
2018.
than a year, more than like 2,
Yeah?
honestly. Like,
It was
maybe like
2018
2018,
summer.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get more into that later, but we've got my boy. He's done a bunch of stuff in the past. He's been involved with other things in terms of social media and stuff like that. But right now, he's working on his clothing brand. He's designing some clothes. He's creating some art, and hope you guys can go show him some love on Instagram at Mascomamas. I'll have the IG in the link and on the screen. You guys can go check him out, support him, show some love. That's the boy. So yeah, let's introduce Rogerronic, my boy. How's it going, man?
Yo, what's up? My name's Roger, and I'm happy to be here. A little bit about myself. I just want to make the world a better place, to be honest.
Yes, sir.
I feel
Yes,
that.
sir.
Respectable as hell.
So Roger, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so like Melv said, in the past, I've done a couple things in social media, whether it be YouTube or streaming or Instagram. Also, I've done a little bit of TikTok.
Quality.
Unsurprisingly.
Quality.
Yeah.
Roger, honestly, I have a very negative opinion on TikTokers. As you can probably guess, I was really, really excited to hear that TikTok might be getting banned in the US. That made my heart jump with joy. But
Amen.
my point here is, Roger, you were the one person I actually watched on TikTok.
I only ever liked his videos on TikTok.
Yeah, honestly, on my
Hey, bro.
feed of the people I followed, you were the only person.
My
whose
feed was
post I
just
would- I
Roger.
would like.
All right. So what about Vine? Do you guys like Vine?
Yeah. Vine was
Yeah.
Vine was where it's at.
I thought it was corny.
I
honestly.
thought it was corny too. Yeah. At its
Some
time,
things.
I enjoyed it more, but like now in hindsight, I really don't like seeing myself enjoying videos of a guy pulling out a giant spoon.
Hey, King Beck was like,
King
spoonful.
Yo, King
Only a spoonful.
Bach. I mean,
King Batch, dude, he got so mad
King
once
Batch?
about that.
King Bach.
People called him King Bach, and he got so angry that
I
he
thought it
posted
was
like
King
a
Bach.
hate video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
thought it was
too.
King Bach for like 2 years.
It's his fault for picking such a
Yeah.
name like that. Anyways, Roger, did you ever create any content on Vine?
No, I didn't. I never got to it. I was shy back then.
I got you. Hey, fool, it's not too late. Oh wait, yeah, it kind of is.
It kind of is.
It's all good. It's all good. So, in terms of content creating on TikTok, what inspired you with most of your stuff? Would you just be chilling, lounging around, and a random joke would come to your head and you'd record it, or what was
For
your
TikTok or for content creation
process?
in general?
Either or. I mean, whatever you Yeah.
When it came to TikTok, yeah, I just thought of some metaphors and then made it out into a skit or into a joke. Tried my best.
Okay.
In terms of what made me wanna do YouTube was just seeing as a kid, growing up, watching people make YouTube videos for a living, and I wanted to do the same.
That's respectable. I used to look up to like YouTubers. I think I spoke on this early, like last episode. When I was young, I wanted to be in Faye's house, make a career on YouTube, trick shotting on MW2.
Dude, hey, Gomi had a shot for that. Gomi was the COD player here.
Yeah,
Bruh.
he played competitive
Shit, Gomi.
COD.
Yeah,
I
but like
didn't.
I didn't do
I
it
just
for
pub
like
stomped.
content or anything.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
So I
God.
like I
That's
wasn't
way
getting
different.
big off it. I was just making money off of it. Like
All right. I got you.
Hey,
Respect.
much money. I'm just fine.
Twitch money.
Twitch money. All right. So Roger, when you would make YouTube videos, I know that I already know what kind of videos you would make. Our audience, however, doesn't. Could you explain to them what kind of videos you have and are still up now? People can still enjoy those
Yeah.
videos.
So
But
back then, I'd starting off, I wanted to just I had the mentality of growth, so I just wanted to grow, no matter what it took, and I would just upload trendy things, whether it be my first trendy thing was actually a fidget spinner video, and that blew up.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that
I mean,
video.
catch the bag. I mean, like catch the bag, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I fully approve of that one.
That was that was when they first came out, so I took
Hey,
advantage.
you didn't watch the video, bro. It was a good video.
You know what, like craze I was huge into? I didn't really get into fidget spinners, but kendamas. Oh my god,
Kendama seemed like too much.
they were amazing.
I don't know.
I
No,
still
that was
would-
pretty goated, bro.
they were awesome. They improved so much. There was like really no downside to having one.
Beyblades were my shit, dude.
Beyblades.
Back-
Honestly,
Back-
Beyblades were so fun.
Going from kendamas to Beyblades, that's a pretty.
That's
hefty jump.
definitely a jump.
Nah,
But
Bakugan.
I respect the
used to bring
jump.
those in school, put it under a desk. and you
Babies
bang
were my
it.
shot.
Under-
bro.
I mean,
They were so fun.
honestly, Bakugans, they kind of weren't anything special. If I'm being
have
honest,
one.
it's a very unpopular opinion, and I know that I was a fan of it, but come on, like just think about the whole aspect of it. Like just a little ball that has a cool creature on the inside. You put down some metal, it opens. All right. Did anybody play like the game?
Is that
No.
Bakugan?
Hell
Yeah,
no.
that's
No.
true.
We just bring, we
it
just
was a
bring
cool
the show
mechanism.
along.
Did you guys watch the anime though, bro? That the anime is like considered one of the best. I've heard nothing but great things.
I haven't heard a single thing about that anime.
Is
I've
it
only seen
Bakugan that I'm
memes.
thinking of?
Yeah, Bakugan.
Bakugan was like the only.
I don't even know what Bakugan is.
Cap.
Nah. For
Anyways, let's get back to you, Roger. So how about we all talk about how we met Roger? Last episode we talked about how we met each other. Let's put a little bit more attention on Roger here. All right. And maybe not specifically on him, but just our connections with him, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I don't know which of the two it was between Dava and Gomi. Which one it was that met him first.
It was
So
definitely
Davalos?
Dava.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
was-
Davalos. I think that you should be the one to tell the story of how you met Dava, and then Gomi will be
All
next.
right. So it was like at a night where like me and Gomez were, just trying to find like some people to troll on like Twitch. Not like troll. Yeah, we troll on Twitch streamers, and then we just went to gamer girl section on Twitch just to like see like who's there, and I see some dude with Spider-Man glasses doing the surprise face, and he was like playing Pokemon. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna watch like some of the stream, and I just texted like some pretty dumb stuff, and he's like, you just reacted to it. I was like, you know what, this guy's funny. So I sent it to Gomez, and Gomez like hopped onto it, and we just like started like going on from there. I enjoyed it too. I was like, dude, this guy's actually kind of funny. And after that, like later on, me and Gomez, we just like started watching the stream. That's where he's like, I think he was playing Minecraft or Fortnite. But I told him I donated him like $2, I think, and I told him to T-pose, and then he's awesome, bro.
Yeah, that was definitely
Yeah,
Fortnite.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I met. That's how I met Roger.
We paid him to T-pose and he became our friend.
Such beautiful
Yeah.
beginnings.
Yeah, that's how I met Roger.
Yep.
What about you, Gummy? So I know Davalos already said that you met him through him sending you his Twitch or whatever. But what do you think about him? What's your side of the whole story?
I started talking to Roger more because like at the time I also was like into Twitch streaming and I wanted to stream myself.
Yeah,
So I would like go to him and ask for advice, or like if I was gonna post a YouTube video or something, I'd be like, "Yo, what do you think
yeah,
of this thumbnail?" You know. So
I
like
got
I
you.
just remember asking him for advice and shit. So it was cool.
All right, I got you. I got you. And then finally, there's me. The way I met Roger was actually through Davalos and Gomi. I was the last of the three to meet him. Yeah, I mean, we met him through just random Twitch streams. I don't know if I was actually a part of the three people that would go into random like Twitch streams of like really small people that get like 10 viewers and then they just joke around with them or whatever. But I do know that I did enter one of Roger's streams, and that was back when he was like really small, man. He had only a couple viewers, and we were always in there just chilling with this man. I feel like sometimes he could have gotten a little creeped out because we were youngins, just a bunch of little kids
I'll
in
never
his fucking Twitch stream.
It
In
was,
this man's chat, just
it was
trolling.
a good time. It was a good time, just chilling.
It was a good time. It was a good time. Roger, what did you think about us back then? Because this was like, I don't know, man. In like a year or two, we've all undergone some changes, and back then we were a little bit more immature. You feel me? And you being a little bit more grown. How would you perceive that?
It was just I always expected kids to come into my channel just because of the trendy stuff that would go like I would post. So I expected younger like people to come into my stream.
Yeah.
So um, yeah, it was just funny. You guys were so funny back then. You still are now, and
Damn.
but yeah, it was
For
just
real.
it was just a good time. Honestly, it was just funny. It was
Damn,
just
bro.
funny jokes all the time in the chat, and yeah, it was just jokes.
No, man, I got you. I got you. So we've all gotten out of the way, though we've met each other. How about we go a little more in depth with things you got planned, man? For the people that don't know, this is a completely new audience for you, Roger. You probably haven't interacted with any of our viewers. Actually, you haven't at all. So fill them in, man. What are your ambitions? What projects do you have ready? I know I've already briefly went over your interest in creating your brand and designing art. What else do you have in store?
I'm gonna go back to what we were talking about. How I started, like how I uploaded trendy stuff, right?
Yeah, go for it.
When I was uploading trendy stuff, it started to seem like, what now? Like, what am I gonna do after? Like, is this like what I want to do for the rest of my life? And I asked myself,
Okay.
what I loved, right? So I love video games, so I started playing video games like Fortnite, and I put in all the work into Fortnite.
Man was raw.
I was sweaty. I was definitely
You
sweaty.
carried
Dude,
it,
I-
bro.
I'm okay, but like I was a god at Fortnite though. I was
talking
about
Roger.
good. I was
Bro,
good.
Roger was
Talking to
sweeping.
Roger right here.
Dude,
Roger
Roger
was sweeping.
Roger 1v1, bro, 1v1.
Roger
I'm
in his
down.
prime?
I'm
Dude,
down.
I
I'm down.
don't even think I have Fortnite installed anymore. After like season like 5. I don't think I made it past season 5.
Past season 5.
Yeah.
I was on and off.
You played longer than
I-
me.
I played from 1 I played from 1 through 5.
I stopped
Obi
after
and Leon
4.
were there with me. That was sick.
Not Cap. Gomi, that's Cap.
No, I
remember-
like I still played, but like I didn't take it seriously after 4.
That's true. That's true. Back in season 2 or season 3 is when we would play with Roger. Now this shit's out of control, bro.
Season 3.
I can't keep
Season
I can't keep up with the 13-year-olds.
Dude, they're
True.
building. It's
They're
nuts.
insane.
So Roger, yeah, you said that you would play games like Fortnite. You would put
Yeah.
work into them. What else?
And as I started doing that, I felt like I wanted to do more. I just didn't want to play games which is good. It's like it's fun. It's like if you want to make it a career, it's cool. But I want to do something even bigger. Not that video games isn't big, but then I started thinking on why I even started YouTube. The reason I started YouTube was to make clothes and to sell them. Because I saw a bunch of YouTubers at the time making merch and selling lots of merch, and I was like, "Hey, they're human. I'm human. I could do the same." So I tackled it on.
Good mentality.
So yeah, like as I was streaming Fortnite, it was going good. I suddenly I had a little hiccup. I don't know. I wasn't performing as good as I was, and I could have definitely kept going, but I chose that was my decision to not. And then I just wanted to play something more laid back, so I started playing Minecraft. And um, during this, I was just thinking of the bigger picture. I wanted to do more with my life. I could have, not that you can't convert to something more bigger than YouTube, but I just wanted to get a start on what I was thinking of, which was clothes. So yeah, I went back to my roots and started working on my clothes, whether it be working by just thinking about it, working by just drawing, or working my mind like creatively, just so I could enhance whatever my work, like whatever work I have to do in the future. Um, yeah.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
So now, yeah, well, yeah. So now I'm just I'm working on trying to spread positivity through clothes or through any creative outlet I can get my hands on.
That's respectable, dude.
So Roger, I know that you want to create clothing, and you just said that you want to spread positivity within your clothing. How would you come about that?
Um, like back then, or when I made TikToks, and even when I posted on Instagram, you've probably seen I use a lot of metaphors.
Yeah, a lot.
And
Definitely.
and I feel like even rappers, they use metaphors. Like it's like it's a good way to express yourself through words, through images, through anything. If you anything has a big meaning if you think about it a lot. Like if I take a look at my hat, like um I don't know, you like it has so much more than just a hat to cover your eyes. Like yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but you could just start overthinking anything and it has a bigger meaning. So say if I with my shirts, I'm definitely gonna put a lot of thought into what I put on a shirt.
So I was just a little not confused, but a little bit appalled by I could never think that somebody could use overthinking for a positive outlet. You know, that's unless it's not necessarily.
I mean,
Maybe
it's
may-
like
maybe some people use it as thinking outside the box, I guess. But overthinking, I think, makes you think outside the box for sure. Like okay, so I was talking about a hat. Um, maybe I'm wearing the hat for another meaning. Maybe I'm wearing it for because I don't want to do my hair every morning, and it's more efficient to just throw on a hat and get up on my day. Like there's so much more to just the hat. Like I don't know how to explain it, but so much more
So
to everything in the world. And yeah,
so basically, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is really similar to just not over analyzing, but just analyzing and finding the beauty in things. Would you say that's what you're getting at?
definitely. And I think that's what made me want to be an artist.
um, Actually, never mind. I was gonna say that I think people would get confused and think that you're like making music, but just
No.
Oh yeah, no.
I also
Oh
have like
well,
artistic ambitions
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I want to go into the film industry. That's like preferred
Mhm.
because I feel like I could make a considerably decent film.
I mean, you've already had a lot of insight on really fantastic films. So I'm pretty sure
I
you
mean,
have something
but
good to
like,
work off of.
I showed him a movie earlier today that he loathed. He left halfway through
I
it.
did. I thought it was very boring, but that's just the minority of it.
But on artistic satisfaction is completely subjective, and I totally respect your.
Hey Mel, you know how like people say study the greats. I think J. Cole probably says that. every
Yeah,
film.
it was
Who?
him. It was him.
No,
I know exactly what you're thinking.
Okay, but like that's not even from J. Cole said it, like he popularized it, but like Kobe, everybody everybody's like studied the greats. It's like a head start in life. Like why wouldn't you study the greats? Like if you're only on your own, um you're gonna not get a head start, and you're just gonna have to figure it all out. It's like they're like a cheat sheet, you know what I'm saying? Like our past,
for real.
like yeah, like the greats are like a cheat sheet, or like the people that have gone through what you're trying to go through are like a cheat sheet. Learn from their mistakes, and yeah, just learn from the greats, right? So wait, this brings me to my next point before I like go off. But you said you wanted to be a film. You wanted to go, like you can make really good films, and
really good's an
and all right, but I feel like that's a popular thing now, because
yeah, I mean,
no, hold on, not that, no, I'm just saying, because Netflix, or like films are so accepting these films because they're like they're so easy to study because they're right here. Like we could watch so many movies at a time. Like, and as we're watching, we're studying, even though it doesn't seem like it. We're studying, we're learning so much visuals, so much emotions, how they interact in the movie, acting skills. We're just looking at this right in front of our eyes, and like we're learning all this. It's all information. So yeah,
I think that streaming services have made film so much more. It's the same thing with music too. Before you would have to go to a store and actually buy an album. Now you just, oh my God, Melvin.
maybe that's why you see so many more music artists.
Music has become so much more
accessible.
It's been so much more accessible with SoundCloud. Anyone can upload anything.
Exactly. Like yeah. So there, that sparks more competition. So yeah, I feel like that this just proves you can do whatever you want in this world. You study something and you learn something. You get all this knowledge. You know how your teacher used to tell you, oh, knowledge is key, or knowledge is
power.
Knowledge is whatever.
Hey, DJ Khaled used to say that.
Major key alert.
Yo, but they never told you why. Like they would just say this shit, like, okay, buddy.
Teachers
And
are
then,
dumb.
you know what I'm saying? And then so they just say this and they don't tell you why. But knowledge is everything. Like it's what all this knowledge, like thrown around, you just gotta absorb it all.
I thought you were about to start freestyle.
I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Knowledge is one of the most valuable resources on earth, because being able to live vicarious is somewhat new to the 20th and 21st century. With the internet, you're able to live other people's lives essentially, and you're able to learn from their mistakes so much easier.
Yeah,
That's deep.
Social media brings a lot of stuff to the table, man, but I think people don't use it to its advantage. Like
A lot of people use it for the wrong reasons.
100%.
A lot.
have you guys ever heard someone say, oh, look at my baby, he already or she already knows how to use the phone, like they're so smart, they already know the whole map on the geography. Like they know all their geography. It's because like knowledge is so much, like we believe in people now, like we believe, so it doesn't stop us from making them learn, or like having that open door to learn. So like back
Knowledge.
I thought we kind of passed that with like
we were talking about it, but on social media.
Oh yeah, how social media can be used for good or evil. Okay.
Evil. How would you say evil?
Bruh,
Blue whale
cyberbullying.
challenge. Yeah, blue whale challenge right there. Convincing people to like kill themselves and shit, dude. The internet can
Go
fuck
me.
people up.
Always remember what the creator said.
If you get
Fucking-
cyberbullied, just close your eyes.
Just close that shit.
Just
turn off the computer.
Turn off the
bruh.
computer.
It's
bruh.
not that hard.
Like the block button always exists, but another account could be made.
All right, can we restart?
Yeah. Let's reset. Let's kind of let's go to a new topic.
So Roger, what advice would you give to anybody following up on art, anybody pursuing art or wanting to take their uh taking their label or their brand or whatever to the next level?
I think so. If you want to, I believe anything's possible. So there's obviously a way on getting yourself to that next level, right? To like say you want to get famous or like just grow in general. Like I always said when I started this YouTube thing, I'll do whatever it takes to get a million, even if it takes me going to every door and knocking on their door and asking them to subscribe, because I know it's possible. Even though it's going to take a lot of work, that's possible. What's stopping me? Like, there's nothing that's stopping me.
The only thing stopping you is you, bro.
Exactly. And
I have
Texas.
but it's more of a do more, grow, more like doing instead of thinking. Definitely more doing. You'll learn as you go. You can think as you do. So just keep going, keep doing, and even say I release this clothing and it's a complete flop. I at least did something. I'm gonna learn from it. If I never did it, like some people don't want to upload a video or release things because it's not their best work. But it's not about that. It's about releasing something and learning from what happens when you release it or when you upload something or whatever. Because then that next time you release something, it'll be better than the last. And so as you go, you just get better and better. So yeah, if you want to take your brand higher, make sure you're doing everything like uh, spreading the word out as much as you can, working on
Marketing.
your brand, and, yep,
Yeah,
and everything.
consistency.
Yep, consistency, exactly. Consistency is, you're doing more when you're consistent. You're being efficient. Um, yeah. So make sure you keep working. Don't give up because anything's possible. And yeah.
Roger, I wish I had like 1/1 millionth of your work ethic. I am. Oh my god, that's incredible, man. I love listening to you. To be
Facts.
honest,
The only thing that ever stops me is myself. Like Omi said, there's a lot of things out there that make you want to stop. Like not uh like fear. Like me personally, fear stops me from doing a lot of things. Not from fear from people or nothing. Just fear like of my just things. Right? It's just fear. And
Yeah.
you gotta, and like most people think, hey, just don't listen to people, or no, there's millions, there's infinite of fears. Like you can hear someone's fear and be like, what the fuck, this guy's scared of that. No, there's like millions of fears. So yes, it's definitely easier than it's definitely easier said than done when I say everything I'm saying, because there is fear, and it's not everyone has the same fear, even though like it's so easy to assume that the fear is of uploading, um, and people might think, oh, he's scared of being judged, but no, it's more of other fears like I don't know what someone would be fearful of. But I don't
Would
know,
you share-
health conditions. In that case, like maybe someone doesn't want to work at their desk because of a health condition because they're scared of getting a blood clot. Just as an example, you get me? Fears
Yeah.
like that. Fears like that. Like there's millions of fears. So like you can't just knock someone for being scared of something because you never know what they're scared of, to be honest. So yeah, there's fear. So everything I'm saying, I truly believe, but then there's fear, and you got to work on that yourself, because I can't tell you how to overcome your fear. It's hard. That's your own battle, and that's the only thing there. But yeah, there's definitely easier fears to get over than others. But yeah.
So, Raj, what sorts of fears have you overcome or are still working through right now? You don't have to share that sort of thing, but I'm just curious. Maybe you'd want to share something or share some advice with any person who's struggling to get over a fear that's genuinely inhibiting them to get to where they want.
Yeah. So yeah, like I when I remember being a workaholic. I would work a lot, and
Festaholic to be.
yeah, and
Alcoholic.
yeah, and I would never fear anything. I was always just bumping music and getting on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like full gas. Like and then like fears
Full
came into the
gas.
picture. And I don't want to go into specific, because then that's really vulnerable if you tell someone your fears. But
It's all good.
yeah. So yeah, then fear came in to play, and I'd say someone that has the same issues or same that has fear. I feel like everybody might have fear at one time in their life, but to overcome it is definitely don't let anything stop you. Like don't let fear control your next move. You know what I mean? Like say like I want to talk to this really attractive girl, right? But I fear it, so I don't. And that's like just don't, like just do it. Like you just gotta
Like,
do it.
the worst thing that can happen is like a no, you know?
And it's gonna feel like shit. Like say I'm scared of spiders, but to like just I don't know, just say okay, you're gonna feel like shit while you're in fearful. Like you're gonna feel like, but keep like, even though you're in fear, keep doing it. Like so say I'm in fear of of public speaking. It feels like shit, but I'm gonna keep doing it even though you're fear. Don't avoid it. Do not avoid your fear. Just yeah, that's the best thing I could say. Do not avoid your fear. Do not avoid your fear. Yeah.
That comes in hand with bottling any sort of emotion, man. If you don't confront it, it's gonna sit there looming over you your whole life, and it's gonna
And
limit you,
one day that
deeply.
bottle's gonna get full, you know?
And it's gonna pop.
Yeah, I
It's gonna
agree. I
pop, and
agree.
it's gonna drench you.
I agree.
Hey man, if you use fear as a person, like their own fear, that's fucked up. I don't think you should like that should be like a weapon. Like if you're gonna like confront somebody about like actually I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I know what you mean.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like how you said earlier, like you're like, I don't want to say my fears because like it's vulnerable. Like if you're
Yeah.
someone who has used someone's fears or something, like against
To
them,
get something out of them.
like or yeah,
Yeah.
to get something out of someone, like that's fucked up. Like
Yeah.
use something else, bro.
That's not even tolerable. That's
No
evil as
comment.
fuck.
Yeah. So I know people make mistakes. So that's why I wouldn't tell my fears, because I know even though they'd feel bad if they did use it against me or whatever, and they'll learn from it. I just wouldn't, like, I know they would, that like just make mistakes. Like even though you consider yourself a good person, you might make that mistake. Like even good people make mistakes, not only bad ones or people that think they're bad. But yeah, so that's why I wouldn't want to say anything like tell my fear, just because it's better not.
I feel you, bro. So I wanted to move on to this other topic that I've been holding on for you because I feel like you have a little bit of insight on this sort of thing. But what's your take on energies? Energies such as chakras or any varying, energy on a certain day,
Like
like
vibes.
yeah,
G's.
vibes, whatever. What do you
Uh,
think?
does this mean like what's like, is this an item or like people within themselves, they have
No,
this?
People within themselves.
Okay.
people within themselves and as just like a force, like uh,
Like you
a
know how
force
when you
that
walk in a room, like you can feel if like there's like tension or if it's like a good time in the room, like that type of thing, you know?
I think that that has to do a lot with like just situations like body language, all that, like how someone seems, or I don't know, I'm ignorant to a lot of things. But I would say yeah, like whatever, like honestly believe in anything you like that keeps you moving. Like whatever moves you forward, believe in it. Like whatever, I personally believe in like everyone's equal, and no, everyone's like has their own, like, they have the power to make themselves a good person or a bad person, or they have the power to, just do whatever they want in life. Like, power sounds so weird, but not like a freaking power effect or nothing, but like a
Speaking
power.
of power, speaking of power, um, so with the whole energy thing, in my experience, I've had some times where, and saying bad days makes it seem so general, but hear me out. So there was this one specific day where I was having like a genuinely bad day, and it wasn't because of other people, or it wasn't because of me personally. Like, I got just the right amount of sleep that same night. Everything that led up to that day had gone just the way it went with every other day where the day had gone fine. But that day in particular was bad for some reason. You know, shit was just going on. There was I just felt like throughout my day there was a really bad aura overall, not just with me, not just with other people, but around me. I felt like that particular day the table turned, you know?
Yeah.
And some examples are some lady fucking fell. I was I was in front of I was just doing my job. I was at work, and I was outside just doing my thing, just working. And this lady's just walking down the sidewalk, and she just falls and almost breaks her wrist. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then before that, some lady had lost her credit card, and there was a rat inside of the store. It's like, and then I had also forgot to punch something related to the work, to the job itself, and it could have it could have really hurt me in terms of keeping that job. And what really bugged me is that, what is it? Is it? The universe? Is it God? Is it karma? Is it nature? Whatever. What is it that's deciding, okay, well, you're going to have a good day today, you're going to have a bad day tomorrow? In your opinion, what greater force do you think would be responsible for that type of thing?
Math. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Probability. I don't
Math.
know.
Right? Yeah, probability,
I
bro.
mean,
Pro-
he's right. Like, but for me,
Also,
like, I would say it's your mindset.
yeah.
Like, I've no, no,
Look,
because
look.
look,
Yeah.
I've had bad days where I'm
No.
having a really shitty day, and I just
yeah.
sit and I think to myself, like, yo, like, I'm having a shitty day, but like that's because I keep feeding like the idea that I'm having a shitty day. Like, I could just
Yeah.
stop, like, yo, fuck this, like, I'm
You
not having a
can.
shitty day anymore, and like
Yeah.
just go do something. I'm like something else, you know?
Yeah. You can definitely feed into the. You can make your day even shittier. So consistency. It goes back to consistency. Um, if you're more positive, you'll be less likely to have these things happen to you. When you're happy, you're confident. You might have been sad when you were punching in or something, and it made you mess up. Say pro players, when for video games, they have to be confident when they play these games so they could perform at their best. Same thing with you in life. You got to be happy so you can perform your best. And other than the outside, and that's for you. For the outside, like the girl, like the lady broke her wrist. Stuff like that. It's just, I see it as probability. It's just like it happened. Things happen. And yeah, so um, you just have to keep a positive mindset. A lot of people hear something relatable and they instantly take it as a fact. Like I don't know, just yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm very ignorant in beliefs and stuff like that. I'm not really informed well on things, so I rather
It's good
not
that you're
talk.
self-aware. It's really good that you're self-aware,
Yeah.
because be, I don't know if people know this, but self-awareness is probably one of the greatest traits you could ever have.
It's
Because
the best trait
Yep.
you can have
yeah,
as a
it is.
human being.
I'm not sure
Like, you
about
can't be a
best
sheep in a
trait
herd,
No,
though.
because
though.
Like,
like
you
there are
about to
some
get run over.
people who are huge assholes, and like whenever you confront them
Yeah.
about it, they won't. They'll be like, "Bro, no, like that's just how you see it." Like, no,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you're obviously
No.
gonna find those people, but I don't think that's the best trait of a human being. Self-awareness is just to increase relatability. Honestly, it's a rapport builder. it's there in order to increase your likability, even if you're able to date it back to like.
Yeah, everything I said was what I live by. I'm not saying that's fact because I'm not speaking facts at all. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just going what I live by, and yeah, because I don't know much about anything else, just of what I just said. So yeah.
Respect that, but me personally, I'm not a superstitious person. I never have been. I doubt I will be. I've always just been, I've always been an atheist and never really bought into a religion. And I used to be mocked for that in elementary school. Funny enough, story for a different time, I guess. But yeah, I never bought into auras, cheese, energies. I understood why people believed in them, and
You
I
said
get why
cheese?
you do, and I respect your reasoning. Cheese, like a chi. It's like your inner energy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, like a chi.
You could have just said cheese.
CHI.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Wait, I said cheese. I
Italian.
said cheese.
No, you
I
said
did not say
cheese.
cheese.
Said queso.
I did not say queso. I did not say
I believe that.
formaggio. Oh, and okay, that's a great segue. We're gonna take like a 10-minute or 15-minute break.